We'll hammer a tough and bruising contest against Collingwood, but I believe the players have got out of the game relatively unscathed.
Yeah, look, they're very sore. There's no doubt, and that's to be expected, as they are after most games. This was a tough, strong game. There were elements of it we were particularly happy with, and other elements we weren't. So, and that included the result clearly. But look, we know that they're playing with a lot of endeavour at the moment, the group, and they're working well as a team. So that's a positive thing. But with when they came in yesterday, apart from being very sore and bruised and the normal sort of things you have, the doctors were relatively confident that we shouldn't lose anyone from injury based for this week. That's not to say we won't, because over the next 2 or 3 days, a few of the guys that are really sore will find out a little bit more, and given it's a 6-day turnover, there's always the chance you could lose a player or two. But we don't have any soft tissue injuries, so I suppose that's a good start.
And some good news from the bad news of Jason Winderlich and also Courtney Dempsey having their knee operations yesterday, and I believe they were a success.
They were. I saw them both in hospital last night, and whilst they were both pretty groggy, obviously, the surgeon's happy with the way the operations, both of them went. So they were both fairly clear cut, and he was particularly happy with the way with the result of those. So now it's just a matter of time and going through the whole rehab process. We're fortunate they got each other to work with, and I think anyone that's been through something like this will know that it can be a lonely place if you're doing it by yourself. So the only real bonus we can say is at least they got each other, and they'll work together and hopefully get back on their feet pretty quickly.
David Myers, any chance this week?
He is. He'll undergo a fitness test, so his recovery from his scaphoid injury has been good, and so he'll undergo a test this week just to find out whether he's ready for it. So look, if you had to have a guess, you're probably saying it's a 50-50 chance that he'll be available.
Pears' comeback continues to gain momentum.
It does. Tate's training really well. He's joined in now with the main group, so that's really encouraging. It's been a long, slow process, and when you have foot injuries, and I suppose our coach is, he's gone through all that in his own career, so to have that support for Tate from the senior coach can be pretty important. But he's had a navicular problem and other feet problems, so there's been a whole range of feet problems. So, but the signs have been really good, and a credit to all involved and the medical team and fitness team in getting to this stage. But we're only at a certain stage at the moment. But it's been encouraging. We've been really encouraged with his last month. We can now see the light at the end of the tunnel. Tate's really positive, and we think he'll be up and running, and not just for a short period of time, but ongoing. We should have, hopefully most of his problems will be solved.
Some good news for Darcy Danaher, not far away from playing some football again.
Yeah, we get asked a lot about Darcy, and quite rightfully so. He's had a number of problems for some time now with groins, abductors, those sorts of things. But he's very close. He has played. He played one game about a week or two before the season started. Pulled up okay from that, but then got sore at training that same week. So it has been a slow process, but building his strength and getting him right. But they're now fairly confident that he's back in full training. So we're probably only a week away from him playing.
And the last one, Scott Gumbleton, how's he going?
Yeah, Scotty's probably one more week away, building up gradually. You've just got to be careful that he's had hamstring problems in the past, so we just want to get this one right. We don't want to risk it this week, so I would say the old rule used to be once you felt like you were 100%, give it one more week, and that's really where we're at the moment.
Thanks, Hammer.
Thanks, guys.